in stream.
What?
Okay, we're going live.
All right, very good.
Should be seeing the video. Go.
Yeah.
All right. How's my audio testing? Okay, I'm good. I think you guys are good too. From the last time I did this last
Test.
week. All right, Tony, talk for a second.
Testing audio.
Testing.
All right.
Test.
I think we should be good. I think.
Let's just wait a second here.
All right, Tony, talk for a second.
Testing.
Does anyone else have it open?
Yeah, I have it open.
Yeah, I have it open
Is
on the
it
thing too.
laggy from you?
Yeah, it's laggy.
Is it?
I think it's
Hold on.
getting better now.
Close as much as I.
It looks good for me right now, even with the delay.
Okay, I might just get this.
I
On
don't
my
know if
phone.
that's my end.
No, it's my end too. It's kind of laggy. It's probably just because you had too much open, man.
Yeah, it's smoothing out on my end right now on like the little video preview thing. Oh, wait. Oh, never mind. Okay, I'm going to get my stories open on my phone. Oh. Not enough video to maintain smooth streaming.
Yeah, so that's because we have too much open.
Okay. Maybe it's because I'm streaming my my screen on Discord for you guys.
It could be, yeah.
Try closing that and see if it helps.
Remember to unmute yourself, though.
Yep. Okay. Is that better?
Well, we'll have to wait for it to catch up. It's about 30 seconds behind. But
very true, very true.
We'll just wait for it to keep going here. I have a feeling that's probably it. Last week, did you have your stories up on your computer as well?
Yeah, but I wasn't streaming my thing, so this might be the solution here. I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, I'm just keeping an eye on the gameplay. It looks like it's smoothed out. What about you, Harley?
Not yet for me. Oh?
Think it's good now?
Yeah, I think it's good.
Okay. Cool. The stream status still says poor, but I think that's just because it's trying to catch up from before. But I think we're good. Sounds like audio's coming through. Jim, say something. Let's make sure you're coming through.
Say something. It shouldn't be.
Hold on.
I shouldn't be doubled again. I think I should be fine.
No, you're not doubled. It's just we want to make sure you're coming through.
Oh, okay.
I think we're good. Say something. Let's make sure you're coming through. Yeah, you're good. Okay.
So
Kitty.
the subscriber goal hasn't gone up.
Yeah, I noticed
15.
that. Yeah, it should say 15. We'll have to look at that. We'll have to look at that. But until then, might as well just get this started. So, welcome everyone to episode 28. So
Yes, sir,
28
yes, sir.
of Follow My Tracers on May 28th. Whoa.
Yeah, no, it's spooky, eh?
What the hell? All right. Well, everyone say your prayers because that's spooky. I'm one of your hosts, Figure09, aka Tony, and today I am joined by two of my best friends in the whole world, Power Grudge, aka Jim, and Harley. Harley, I'm gonna start with you. How you doing, man?
Whoa.
Out
Out of
Catch me off
turn.
guard.
Yep.
I'm doing pretty good actually.
Good.
Yeah.
Anything cool this week, or just kind of Just doing good.
Yeah, just doing good.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very good. Jim, what about you? How you doing?
I've been all right, man. Life's been busy. Maybe I'll talk a bit more about it at the end, but yeah, it's been a busy week, hectic a little bit.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Some exciting stuff's happened though on the other side of things. For one, I finally reached to jump right into what I've been playing. Um, reached level 100 on the battle pass for Fortnite. I played the hell out of it and just really pounded it out and got that done. And then I actually today, actually mere hours ago, as a matter of fact, started playing Dying Light. It's on sale right now for not really much at all. I think like $17 on Steam. So I've always wanted to play it. I never wanted to pay the $40 it was. So now that the second one's getting a little bit more attention, and it's a perfect excuse to pick it up because it's like over half off or whatever. So yeah, I played like an hour or so of that, and that was pretty fun. Look forward to playing more of that. And I gotta admit, I did not play Mass Effect at all this week, and I'm like really dying to play it. So it's been on my mind like all day. And to piggyback, because I don't shut up apparently, to piggyback on my own point here about exciting stuff, I know for months and months, and I'll even argue years, I always kind of expressed that I never quite got what watching streamers was about. Other than you, Tony, of course, you're like the number one spot there in my heart.
Oh, of course, yeah. I'm the best streamer, but yeah.
But
Continue.
I actually started watching, and I know it's probably gonna be like, oh, of course you watch like the most popular guy, but I started watching a bit of a Doctor Disrespect this week because he was playing Resident Evil 2 on his streams a little bit ago, so I've been watching the VODs of that. And then I caught a live stream of his for like an hour or so today, and I was like, it's not so bad. I think I like him just because he's a character. I don't know if I could watch just like, again, other than you, Tony, because I know you and I know how you operate, but I couldn't just watch like some other dude, just like a normal guy. I feel like they have to have like some kind of gimmick. Like Doctor Disrespect is, well, you know, he is how he is, and like you're Italian, so like you both have like something going for you, right? So
Yeah, that's the essence of our personalities, of course. Yeah.
No, I'm just
Funny.
you know what? Oh god, I'm shooting myself in the foot. My foot's firmly in my mouth right now. So yeah, I'm
It's
sorry.
okay. We're all.
My mind's been all over the map, man. I feel like I've been half drunk for the last like week and a half.
Hey man, I feel you there, dude. My God. No, it's all good. You know, we all like feet here, I guess.
I'm number one on WikiFeet, so there you go.
Wiki feet. Oh, there you
Look
go.
it up.
There you go. I'm gonna start an OnlyFans just for my foot. And see who signs up. My hairy foot. Harley, what have you been playing this week, man?
Let's see. Well, this weekend we played. What did we play? Played Was it Phasmophobia again?
Yeah, I thought you
Was
guys
it?
played that
I can't.
Saturday or Sunday. I
Yeah.
can't remember.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
And then mostly just like Genshin and a little bit of League.
We played some Halo Wars 2 as well.
Oh yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
So do you guys just play like the normal multiplayer? Oh, okay, that answers my question. I was gonna say like, what do you guys play when you normally play Halo Wars 2?
We did play some ranked. We got raffle stomped.
Yep.
We were facing like top of the line people, and we were just like hopping in after months of absence. And
Yeah,
then we
we
played
didn't
some
know like what the
firefight.
meta was,
Yeah.
like what was going
We didn't
on.
remember like our build orders or anything. We forgot who was forgot who was good.
Yeah, it was a mess.
It was still fun.
Yeah, of
That
course.
game's always still fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's about it.
Nice.
I've had a crazy week too, man. I'm like so happy it's the weekend, but at the same time, there's still so much in the air personally for me right now. It's just like, I just want to have some certainty in what's going on. It's not a bad thing. It's all good stuff. It's just a matter of figuring it out. But so as such, I really haven't much time to play games at all this week. I've played some Genshin. You know, just basically just doing my dailies every day, and that's about it. And other than that, I played some Fortnite as well this week. I got to 100 the other day as well, Jim. So we're
Nice.
both 100. We're good to go. And that's basically it, man. Other than that, yeah, bit of Halo Wars 2 on the weekend, bit of Faz on the weekend. But yeah, I'm looking forward to actually putting in some serious game time this weekend because boy, do I need it. Oh my god. Crazy week, dude. I'm sure we all feel the same, that we just need some games. So,
Yeah,
Yeah, absolutely.
relax.
all right. Well, let's get into the rest of the show here. But before we start, well, officially start, we've already started. But this is the reader response part of the show, and this is just a reminder for everyone that hey, if you're here live, say hi in chat. We're here. We're here to talk to you. We're here to talk games. And if you're not here live, no problem. We also like to we would also like to read your comments. Sorry, on the next episode. So feel free to leave a comment on whatever we're talking about, or if you want to ask us a question, or if you're also Italian, I'd love to know, and we can go from there. But let's get into the G Fuel flavor of the day. Not sponsored though. I just placed an order for G Fuel today, so that's a little different. So I'll talk about that.
Ooh.
It's the BOGO, or there's a BOGO going on right now for I think Memorial Day is the holiday in the States.
Yep.
So I told myself, and I've been saying for months now, next BOGO I'm going to jump on, and I did. So I got a tub of Bahama Mama and a tub of Tropical Rain. So excited to get both of those. I've tried both of those, and they're both top tier in my opinion. And right now I'm having some green apple. Jim, have you had G Fuel today? Are you having some right now? What are you doing?
Earlier I had Raging Gummy Fish, but I'm seriously debating whether or not I want to crank another flavor. If I was going to do another one, I'd probably do Cherry Limeade.
Oh, I
Nice.
forgot you had that.
Yeah, man, it's hard to keep track of all the flavors sometimes. so they're stacked like, well, okay, there's 2 stacks of 6, like 3 and 3, and then there's another stack of 4, like 2 and 2. So every time I have a flavor, I put it on the bottom, so I kind of like rotate them up like the totem pole and all that. So kind of like a good way to get through all the flavors, because some of them, like Rainbow Sherbet, I have like most of the tub for still, but then like Sonic's Peach Rings and even admittedly like Gummy Fish are starting to get to that point too, where like I can feel the bottom of the tub when I like scoop it out. So yeah. What about you, Harley?
I am having some rainbow sherbet right now, actually.
Ooh, it's good with milk,
Nice.
but like 16 ounces of milk's a lot of milk.
That's
And I've done it twice before. It's not the best feeling, but it tastes great.
That's just a good life tip, everybody. Don't have 16 ounces of milk all at once. You know, just if you're gonna have that much milk, spread it out throughout the day. Maybe an 8-ounce glass and then another 8-ounce glass at some
Yeah.
point.
And you know what?
Plus,
Like,
if you don't drink it right away, it gets like
yeah,
warm.
Yeah.
Got some room temp milk.
not
Yeah.
even that, man. But like the worst part about drinking anything with milk is when you shake it up. It's like impossible to shake it up after like the
Oh.
first like few like really hard shakes. So like you
Yeah.
just gotta like shake it gently or like shake it to shit. Wait a minute and then like just do that for like a good 5 minutes. Just go back and forth. That's usually pretty good. But
A lot of work.
yeah, yeah.
Speaking of a lot of work, let's get into a lot of news.
Oh boy.
That was a really bad transition. Oh my god.
It's as good as it's gonna get.
Let's get into Infinite Watch. We got a lot this week. Jim, roll the clip.
Yep.
I think we need to find a better word than "yep" when the clip's done.
How about
Alrighty
how about-
then.
woo? Is that better?
Yeah. just something. I don't know. So let's
Yep.
let's talk about Halo Infinite, boys. Lots of news this week on Halo Infinite. So the Inside Infinite, which was supposed to drop yesterday actually, and this was going to be all about Halo Waypoint and the new app and everything, that was actually delayed. One of the community managers on Twitter came out and said, "Hey, we're delaying this because of the E3 conference right around the corner. We'd rather save this news for next month," kind of thing. So exact quote was, "With this event right around the corner, we're shifting this week's Inside Infinite blog with the Waypoint team the next month." So not overly surprising given that we're about to get a ton of Halo Infinite news. And let's see, what's today? Friday. in basically 2 weeks. 2 weeks and like 2 days. So, makes sense. They're just gonna, hey, let's just focus on what's going on for E3, and then we'll go back to Waypoint after that. So, just definitely disappointed. Was looking forward to it, but it's it's pretty minor overall. It was going to be about Waypoint. It was going to be about the app. There probably wasn't going to be any gameplay or screenshots or anything going on. So it's not like we're missing major Halo news, but notable that it is being missed this month. And this is the first month they've missed so far in 2020 or 2021. Oh my God, it's 2021. Okay. As well with Halo Infinite, and we're going to get into this a little bit later in the show. And if you could see, and if you guys are watching the video right now, which obviously are if you're hearing this, the thumbnail of the video was the graphic that Xbox and Bethesda posted about their conference, basically announcing their conference date and time and all that. And we're going to get into that as that's our main discussion point. But important to look at the image because there's a lot of Halo on that image. And importantly, there's no Master Chief. There's no Master Chief on that image. There's a couple Spartans, and they look like customizable multiplayer Spartans to me. Different armors, different helmets, skins, etc. And to me, boys, this screams they're going to do an infinite multiplayer reveal at E3. What do you guys think? To me that's what it is. Harley, what do you think?
Yeah, that seems reasonable. I since it's gonna be free too, um, you know, well, maybe I don't know, but maybe they'll even like announce maybe like an early beta.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
There's a lot of emphasis on that picture, man. There's no single player anywhere on it.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
So yeah, and I think a lot of people have been curious about what the multiplayer is gonna be like. Obviously, we know a little bit about the story from the previous trailer, but I think people want to see maybe some of the multiplayer, and I think we might get that.
Yeah, agreed. Jim, any other thoughts?
No, I think probably pretty hit it on the head. I wonder if that graphic or that picture, I should say, is kind of like the poster for. Okay, I might be getting the movie wrong, but one of the Blade movies, I think it's the second one. If you take the image in the Photoshop and you like invert, like make it like a negative or whatever, there's like a hidden vampire in the background. So I wonder if you take that image and like screw with it enough, maybe there's like a hidden Master Chief in there. But no, I noticed that too, that they didn't show the Chief. So yeah, I think it points to something. I don't know if it's multiplayer. I don't know if it's just, I don't know, maybe it's I got no like logical thinking here, but yeah, I would say maybe mostly for the multiplayer.
Yeah, I think it's safe that we're at this point we're going to see something other than the campaign, and I hope we still get a campaign demo. I hope we get both. I hope we get a campaign demo again, kind of like a relaunch compared to last year, and then
Yeah.
hey, here's the multiplayer as well. So definitely exciting times that we're going to get both. There was rumors earlier that we were just going to get more campaign and multiplayer was going to come later, and I think this image basically debunks that without debunking it fully, if you know what I mean, because it's multiplayer Spartans they're showing.
Yeah.
And interestingly enough, if you look at the armors of the Spartan, they're heavily inspired by Reach. You have Emil's helmet, like the Eva helmet with the skull on it, that's like carved into it. You have June's cloak thing that he had, and you also have one of the helmets with the kind of the Reach like flashlight that you can attach to your head because you know how Reach had all that different armor customization going on. So it's pretty interesting to see the heavy Reach inspiration shown in those few Spartans. So that's pretty interesting to me. And again, I think it just points to, hey, they're going to do a big multiplayer reveal, and I think maybe, just maybe, I think you're right, Harley. I think they might say, after showing campaign and after showing the multiplayer, you know, and the beta starts, next week or next month or whatever.
It's live
And
now.
that would be nuts. I don't think they would do
Ooh.
that. That'd be crazy. I would
Yeah,
I would lose my goddamn mind. But I don't think that's going to happen. I think it's just going to be a hey, and more information on flighting, which they call it, starting in July or something like that. I think that's probably what it'll be.
Yeah, like they'll end with, and flighting starts in ...
Yeah, exactly. That's what it'll be. And they'll say like, hey, sign up for the Halo Insider program to get first access. That's what probably it'll end on. But yeah, crazy stuff. And that's not even the last piece of Halo Infinite news. We got one more piece here. And that is that a few bits and pieces, and that's a great little pun for those who get it, of the Halo Infinite soundtrack have leaked online earlier today via, of course, Mega Bloks, because obviously Halo has a lot of those Mega Bloks toys, and Mega Bloks has been slowly revealing the Infinite line for a long time now. And recently, with a lot of the units and things that you can click on in the store, they actually have like musical cues with them. And someone was able to dive into that data and pulled out entire songs,
Ooh.
which is crazy. So there's 6 songs in total that have been pulled from it. And of the 6, I think we know 3 or 4 of them already. I think we know 3. So there was only like 2 or 3 new songs. But they all sound really, really cool. We can't play them on the show, obviously, but you can find them pretty easily. There's a great breakdown by a YouTuber and Halo content creator called Hidden Xperia. So if you guys want to look him up and listen to the songs, that he does clips of those and kind of does a nice breakdown. The songs all sound great. There's a lot of big time like Halo Combat Evolved vibes coming from these songs, which I think is excellent. And yeah, I think it's cool that we got that when we weren't supposed to. It's not a huge leak or anything, right? But it's cool that we got some new notes and songs for them. So and that basically concludes Infinite Watch, unless you guys have anything else you want to say.
We have Supperfish in the chat. Give me the beta so I can find out if my PC can run it.
Yeah, man, that's important, dude.
Yeah,
People are gonna need to know.
real
That's
important.
gonna be the decision. Do you upgrade your PC or do you get a Series X? What do you do? Now, the other thing is you could also just play it on your Xbox One. We don't know what it's gonna look and play like, but
Yeah, very true, very
it'll
true.
be there.
That's I don't.
We'll see, man. They've said multiple times that it's gonna run and perform well on anything it launches on. So
yeah, that's a good thing.
You know.
I'm not like a graphics stickler, so like if Halo Infinite graphically ends up looking like Halo 5 on the base Xbox One, I'll be fine with that because Halo 5 looks really nice on Xbox One. So
yeah, for sure. Yeah, and brand new engine, lots of optimizations for it, and I don't think they would be openly talking about how it's going to look and run great on everything if they weren't confident about it, because what happened with Cyberpunk,
yeah,
right? I think they probably saw the backlash of Cyberpunk not running well, and they were like, okay, so we need to like assure people it's going to run well, kind of thing. Either that, or you tell them, you don't really talk about it, and you just sweep it under the rug. But I don't know. I think I'm not too worried about it, to be honest.
No,
personally, though, I might be. Yeah. I honestly, like, after Cyberpunk, I don't think I'd really I have much trust anymore when people say it's gonna run good on all gens.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe it'll run fine, but I mean, like, it won't run the same.
What was the other game you played that was like that? Was it
it
just
Outriders.
Came out. Yeah, Outriders.
Yeah, we're in that weird in between period where games are coming out cross gen.
Yeah.
You know?
And they wanna be like, they wanna reward those who got the next gen, with super graphics or
they want to crank
huge games and stuff. Exactly. But I think they just got to be careful for those who have the previous gens.
I wonder if not that they would, but I wonder if they'll do what like Black Ops 3 did on the base Xbox One, where like if you guys remember, like Black Ops 3 was the last COD that was out on like all gens essentially, or at that time anyway. And the 360 version just had the multiplayer and zombies, and then if you wanted the campaign as well, and like obviously enhancements, you'd have to get the next gen one. So I'm wondering if, now I'm not saying Infinite will launch without the campaign, but I'm wondering if they'll do something like that.
Maybe. I don't know, man. I feel like it's, I don't know. I feel like they know they can't screw it up.
Well, they've had the extra years.
If it wasn't going to run well on Xbox One, they would just not put it out on Xbox
One. Maybe. I'm not saying it's going to be bad. I'm just saying compared.
Oh, comparatively, you're absolutely right. And I think, Jim, I mean, you have a unique perspective on this too, because you played Resident Evil 8 on the Xbox One with the demo, right?
Mm-hmm.
And how did that work?
It was fine. It wasn't 60 FPS, but like from a graphics standpoint, like it didn't seem I mean, I also play it on PC, so it's a little different. But it didn't seem like it was like too downgraded, or it wasn't like they didn't compromise the performance for the graphics, or vice versa, or whatever. But yeah, like it was fine. It was good. Like I would have had no problem playing through on the Xbox One.
Probably 30 frames, right?
Yeah, or
Yeah.
no, 20, 25? 25 or 30.
Oh,
I
really?
can't remember what it was, but it looked fine. Like it
Interesting.
played fine. So
Very interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think you guys hit the nail on the head before, where you're like, you know, if it kind of looks and performs like Halo 5 does, you know, around
Yeah.
that, I think that's okay, right?
I think that'd be fine.
yeah,
I think that'd be okay.
that's buttery smooth to me. So
Yeah, Halo 5
There
is,
you go.
is super smooth, right? So I think that
But yeah,
that could
I
be a good
think you also
solution.
made a good point though, how they need to make this right. I
Yeah.
found that really interesting because it's like, they want to make this the best they can.
yeah,
Yeah, and not to say that, you know, and we'll get in. We might as well talk about this a little bit now, but like, there's so
Oh.
much, and we've talked about this before, but like, Halo Infinite does not need to be this fucking masterpiece of a game that's going to save your life and bury your children. Like, you
What?
know,
Bury my bury. I thought you said bury my
no,
children.
not
I was like,
bury,
oh my
no,
god.
Oh jeez.
come on, man. Jeez, no, that's different. But
Oh, I
you know,
thought
like,
the
it
dark
doesn't
one.
need to be this fucking
No.
incredible game. It just needs to be good.
Yeah,
It just needs to be good. It
Just
needs
for
to be fun. It needs to be good. It needs
Yeah.
to perform well, and the campaign needs to make sense and be fun. That's all.
make it better than Halo 5, and I think like a lot of people will be happy. No. Like, so I'm just saying so this is supposed to be. Okay, I might be getting my terms wrong, but did they say this was kind of like a soft reboot?
It's a
Kind of.
spiritual reboot, so
Yeah.
it's a continuation of the story, but it's a spiritual reboot.
So like Halo 5 obviously has its fans, but this one seems to be gearing towards not only those fans, but clearly people who are, longtime players of the franchise. So I would say it's safe to say, as long as it's better than Halo 5, it'll make a lot of people happy. Like it won't be. You know what? My honest opinion of the game, we haven't really seen anything of yet, but honestly, I don't think the game's going to be bad by any stretch of the imagination. It just needs to run well, and I think you'll make on the Xbox One. Everything else will probably run really well, but on the Xbox One, as long as it runs well there, I think they'll be pretty successful.
Yeah, just needs to be fun, and it needs to have, you know, like we said, it needs to have a good campaign that's definitely, you know, better than fives, and you could argue better than fours, and the multiplayer needs to be, you know, really fun and addictive and make you want to come back to it, which I think Halo 5 had. I played a ton of Halo 5 multiplayer.
too.
So I
multiplayer is
think
good. Just not the
I
campaign.
think they have multiplayer in a good spot. I mean, we haven't seen it yet, but they've done a good job with multiplayer in 5. So it's really just the campaign I'm kind of concerned about,
Yeah.
to be frank. So, but yeah, we'll see what happens, man. Yeah,
Time will tell.
let's yeah, exactly. Time will tell. Let's move on from Infinite. Jim, play the end.
Why isn't it?
Goodbye, John.
Yep.
There we go. Perfect.
I gotta find a better sound.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, I gotta get that sound clip for when we can all hear it too from Storage Wars. Dave Hester.
So Proficient Chat says Halo 5 MP LV. What?
Level.
What's that last part? Is that a lull? Is that a level?
I think it's a level. Like
Or like
it's a level of goodness.
Either that or it's like, what level are you in Halo 5 multiplayer, or leveling in Halo 5 multiplayer, which that's a whole thing, because getting to 152 is literally a full-time job. But
you got time.
let's get into the news. Let's get into the news, boys. Before we get into the big
news.
until we get into the big E3 conference talk. Let's start with some news. Harley, we're going to start with you, and let's talk about a game that we've been playing a lot, Genshin Impact. There's an update coming out, right?
Oh yes.
You guys and your Genshin.
I actually know nothing about this.
Oh yeah. Well, the stream was today. So the developers MiHoYo had a stream about 1.6 where they would go over, or they went over, what would be coming out, what are some of the events, some of the, new content. And so there's probably a ton of YouTubers that have covered like probably than I'm about to. So I'm gonna do it kind of short and sweet. But 1.6 will release on June 9th. It's gonna include 2 new banners where they will rerun a previous character and have a new character. There'll be new weapons. There'll be a new boss, which is like it kind of looks like a almost like a shadowy samurai.
Okay.
Um,
Interesting.
yeah, there's gonna be 5 new events where you can get those primo gems to get your wishes in. Um, they're introducing some new little islands where you can traverse with a boat. So you'll be able to like drive like a little boat with a cannon on it. Um, yeah, there'll be a new
Cool.
quest, and they're introducing skins now. So yes, so Barbara is going to be getting a summertime skin. This skin you're going to be able to unlock for free through an event. And the other one is for Jean, and that one will be a paid one.
Oh,
Yes. Yeah. I know. I was like, ooh, Barbara for free. And then I was like, Jean, free, paid.
damn.
Yeah. But, it's interesting that they're adding more to this game. I'm just really excited. Um, oh, another quick thing is, I don't know if you're far. Have you gotten to the teapot?
I did the first teapot thing.
Have you unlocked it?
I don't think so.
Okay, so spoiler, I guess. You'll be able to unlock the teapot, and you'll have like a small like pocket dimension where you can build your like a house and
Oh.
like sort of like the surrounding area around it. So you can add like little buildings, and you kind of make almost like a little like village, and you can earn some rewards for that too. But what they're adding to it now is that you can add characters from the game inside of it. So you can have like Jean like roaming your house, or pretty much any of the characters. So yeah.
Why'd you single out Jean like that?
I don't know, maybe because she's getting a new skin.
Yeah.
And maybe because I know you have Jean.
I do. Uh,
Uh, but yeah,
that's cool
so
though.
that'll be coming out. What is that? A week? A little over a week.
Damn.
Um,
These banners
also
go so
in
quick.
Yeah, also in the stream they mentioned some uh some concept art and some talk about the news region they're going to be unlocking, which I think people are speculating that'll be in 1.7.
Hmm.
And yeah, MiHoYo has announced, like, I guess previously they've kind of declared that they want to have a content patch every 6 weeks. So yeah, I thought that's cool.
The game
Get some new
continues to
content.
grow.
I know it's a good time.
Yeah, I quite enjoy it too.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
glad we
straight up
dived in.
addicted. uh, but yeah,
Very good. Yeah, that's exciting. I figured they would add skins at some point. I was actually playing the other
I
day and I'm like,
know.
I can't believe they don't have skins yet. Like different outfits for all the
Mhm.
characters. That makes sense. Okay, but it's cool that Barbara's getting a free one. I definitely get it's another way to monetize the game. But I was
Yeah.
hoping maybe there'd be like an outfit banner that you could wish on, but
Oh,
that'd be cool, you know?
yeah, that'd be interesting.
If you could like spend like whatever to
Mhm.
to wish for an outfit, like and it
Hey,
just like picks a
maybe
random one.
that'd be interesting.
Maybe in the future.
Yeah.
But very good. Cool. Moving on, some different news. Let's talk about PlayStation for a wee bit here. They had a big week. So let's start off with the big one, and that is that PlayStation had a state of play, which is basically like their Nintendo Direct kind of thing, which was gameplay solely focused on Horizon 2 Forbidden West. We finally got new gameplay for that. Actually, first ever gameplay for that, because the first thing we got was just a trailer. But It was 14 minutes of gameplay. It looks really, really, really nice. Looks really good. Basically looks like the first Horizon game, but it's just in different environments and there's some new improvements and stuff. But if you remember what Horizon Zero Dawn looked and played like, it's more robot dinosaurs and stuff to do there. So looks cool. It's coming out on PS4 and PS5, so it's going to be a cross-gen game. There's a lot of memes on Twitter about how people's PS4s will explode playing the game. We'll see if that is true or not. Again, talking cross-gen, right? Is it? They're clearly doing it because there's like 100 million PlayStation 4s out there, and they want to capture some of that market. But should it really be coming out for PS4? I guess we'll see. Interestingly enough, even though we got 14 minutes of gameplay, there was no release date. And originally, this game was planned for this year, which leads me to believe maybe it's slipping out of this year. Like they don't even have like a fall, a holiday, nothing.
Oh,
So I wonder if them doing this was them going, let's show them gameplay, and that'll soften the blow of it's going to come out like in January or February. So we'll see what happens there. Maybe they just they're not confident in locking down a specific month or a day yet, so they're just going to wait until they can lock it down, and maybe it'll come out November or something. But yeah, no date yet for that game, but it looks really nice. If people want to look at it, go watch the gameplay trailer. Looks cool. That's one of those games I wish we
oh.
could play on Xbox. But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, one thing I forgot about the Genshin, they
Yeah.
also had codes. They have 3 codes that they released during the stream where you can redeem them on Genshin and you get rewards. So those 3 codes combined, you'll get like 300 Prima Gems,
Oh
and you'll
wow.
get some money, some experience cards, and some weapon enhancement stuff too.
Oh cool.
So
Good stuff.
yeah,
I'll have to look
it's
for those. Do you
they
have the codes?
expire not on hand, but they
Sure, you can just
expire in
flip them up.
24 hours. So
Oh, okay. Got to do it
yeah,
then today. All right.
do it sometime today.
Cool.
Yep.
Do right now.
Good to know.
Sorry to cut you off.
Anyone? No, all good. That's important info. Anyone who wants to redeem those codes, go find them and redeem them right away. Yeah, that's all I had on the Horizon 2 Forbidden West. One of those games we wish we could play on Xbox. I think it looks really, really cool. But the original is out on PC, which makes me believe that this will
Ooh.
also come out on PC at some point. Sony does that thing where they don't release it day and date on PC. They wait a little bit. So I don't mind waiting for it. Definitely don't mind waiting for it. But yeah, looks really good. Speaking of new games, again, this is like basically this week was like E3 starting, but it wasn't E3, but there was so much news. Let's talk about new gameplay for Far Cry 6, Jim.
Yeah, so on the heels of being shown gameplay for a big franchise a big new franchise, I should say, in Horizon, it's nice to have 9 minutes of new gameplay for Far Cry 6. I admittedly didn't get a chance to watch through all of it. I kind of had a crazy time leading up to the show, but from what I did see, it looks really nice. There's a lot of guns in the game. I'm on a different article about stuff you need to know. So there is 49 guns in the game, and they have a wide range of different types and different eras they come through. Some homebrew weapons. There's a CD launcher that plays the Macarena. You get to have more pets in the game. The 2 they show off in the gameplay are an alligator and a wiener dog. And the island of Yara has a number of different biomes. It has swamps, towns, jungles, and cities with skyscrapers plus underground areas. You can go and travel around in a variety of options, including gorilla trails, horses, which I thought was actually pretty cool in the trailer, Mad Max style technicals, and a tank. Flying over the island will be limited until anti-aircraft batteries are destroyed, so there you go. But I think the most important thing that came out of all of this news was we have a release date for it. Far Cry 6 officially comes out October 7th this year.
There you go.
I think that's
Originally
awesome.
supposed to come out in February.
Yeah, and I'm glad that it looks. I mean, from what I saw, it looks fantastic. It looks like Far Cry, and going back a game, Far Cry 5. Even though I haven't beaten it, I've played a lot of it. And Tony, you could probably attest to this too. Far Cry 5 is a pretty great game, and it's worth like anybody's time. And this kind of looks like it's another evolution of that. The Far Cry games have been kind of playing the same since like 3, really. But it's nice to see that this series like has been evolving, and I think it looks great. I can't wait to get it. But like I'm probably gonna get it, like no doubt. But yeah.
Yeah, I had a great time with 5. Really liked the kind of backwoods America cult vibe that was going on. I know a lot of people are like, "Oh, bring it back to an island or whatever," but I thought it was really good. But yeah, 6 looks cool. Um, we'll see. We'll see what the reception's like. Hopefully, it doesn't get delayed again. But if it's anything like 5, I'm sure it's going to be a pretty good game. So,
What
and you can pet the
where
dog
is
and the crocodile.
Yeah.
where is 6 located?
The island of Yara, which I don't know if it place or not. Let's check it out. The
I feel like
Yara.
it's like South America,
Okay.
Yeah. I'm
but
getting.
it's on an island.
Yeah.
So definitely a little different than before. Yeah, got a lot of gameplay for Horizon, a lot of gameplay for Far Cry. And we also got a lot of gameplay for Dying Light 2 this week. Finally, that we haven't seen that game in action in forever. We actually got a Dying Light 2 trailer, got new gameplay. It also got a new name. It's now called Dying Light 2 Stay Human. So they added the Stay Human part to it. Don't know why. Looks really good. Looks like the original Dying Light, just with lots of improvements. And it's releasing this year on December 7th, unless it gets delayed.
Nice.
So a December game could be cool. Looking forward to it. Never played the original Dying Light, but
I
always
wanted to.
It's on
Yeah.
sale now until June 10th. If you wanted to pick it up,
Makes sense because they revealed the second one again. So yeah, I was hoping it would just come on Game Pass, then I'd play it.
Yeah, me too.
it was on Game Pass at one point. I thought like when the three of us first got Game Pass, I'm like 95% sure it was on there.
It might have been.
Yeah, she's long gone now.
Cool.
So, yeah.
Very good. Very good. Let's talk about. I mean, we were talking about Resident Evil 8 earlier, just with the demo, but Resident Evil 8 continues to sell really well. Hit another milestone, right, Jim?
So I think it was last week when for the first like 20 minutes, my audio wasn't going through, but I gave a really, before I corrected myself, I gave a really great review for Resident Evil 8, and I was kind of saying how it pretty much, in summary, it's a home run in a lot of departments, and that seems to be reflecting in the sales numbers. So last week, I also mentioned that it had sold, I believe it was last week, it sold like 3 million copies right away. Pretty much right out of the gate. But now this week it climbed to 4 million. So this game has just been really, really, I don't know, it's been really like on the up and up in terms of the sales. Now, comparing it to Resident Evil 7, as of March 31st, 2021, Resident Evil 7 has shipped 9 million units. I think that Village has the potential to get, I don't know if it'll surpass it, just because, Resident Evil 7 at the time was this big rebirth for the series and this big, return to form after people weren't as receptive to 6. And I guess you could argue 5 and maybe Revelations, depending on what kind of Resident Evil fan you are. But, yeah, I think this game has that potential. Are you guys seen any more about Village, or are you trying to keep it a little hush-hush for when you guys eventually play it?
I've seen a little bit more of it. I actually just watched a video not too long ago where a guy downloaded like a crap ton of mods. It was pretty insane. Like, like they changed the knife to like a spoon, and like it was just comical.
Nice.
But I'm considering watching like a playthrough of it.
And Tony,
Yeah, I'm
obviously, you're playing through 7, so I can't see you looking up stuff for it.
yeah, I'm trying to keep it on the hush hush. I'll definitely eventually play it. I'm not in a big rush to play it, but I'll definitely play it at some point. So trying to not really pay attention to it too much, and eventually it'll come out of the news cycle, and then I'll probably play it. It'll be on sale at that point. So that's where I'm at. But yeah, looks like it's going to continue to have a lot of success. I know it broke some records on Steam, or for a franchise, anyways, a franchise record for it. So yeah, I think it bodes well that Resident Evil 8 could do good things, and I think a lot of it has to do with goodwill that it got on Twitter and on Reddit and everything with just Lady Dimitrescu or however you say her name, and just big tall lady, and everyone just memeing over it, and you know I think that actually was a very good thing that I don't think they thought was gonna blow up like it did. So
Mm.
I think that worked out well in their favor. And we also got another game revealed this week, and this was during a Sonic, like a Sonic presentation, which I was not expecting. Sega put on a big Sonic presentation, um, and one of the games they announced is actually a remake or a remaster, however you want to call it, of I think it's a Wii game or a Wii U game. I forget. Jim, Sonic Colors Ultimate.
Yeah, so Sonic Colors was originally released for the Wii and the DS later on. And it was well received enough where I can't remember if it was the Black Knight or if it was. Oh, there's another Sonic game that kind of came out around the same time, but essentially Sonic Colors was like the Wii version of whatever new Sonic game was at that time. But yeah, out
Right.
of nowhere, it seemed like they just announced that Sonic Colors Ultimate is coming out September 7th and getting remastered for the new systems. This is all part of the 30th anniversary celebration for Sonic. Um, I, I think it looks. I don't know. I'm intrigued enough. I mean, I didn't know much about Sonic Colors before. Like, I never had a Wii, so I never really. I don't even think I really knew anybody who owned it either. I don't know if a friend of ours, Greg, had owned it at one point because he had a Wii. I don't think you ever had it, Tony, and Harley. I didn't know you at the time, but yeah, um,
I don't
it's
have a Wii. I never had a Wii.
it's not gonna be full priced either. So the
Hmm.
and this is probably USD, but it'll be $40, so probably 50 for us. But yeah, so it's not gonna be full price, which I think I I think I'd blow a gasket if it was $90 or $80 or whatever. But yeah, so and a new Sonic game that looks good, and there is a new Sonic game in development, or that may have been. Oh no, I'm getting my stories mixed up. That was before this was revealed. Okay, never mind. Disregard that. And Paper Fox, I'm glad you don't play Genshin either. I need somebody on my side, so thank you. Thank you very much.
Good game.
I'm
It's
sure. I'm
fine.
sure it's
Yeah.
good, but I need somebody
Um,
I know that doesn't play it. Maybe Mike, or does Mike play it now?
Mike
no,
doesn't play it.
no. But yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, you touched on it a bit there, Jim. But there was also a new Sonic game teased that wasn't this.
Okay, maybe I'm not getting my stories mixed up. Oh yeah, so
No, you're not.
I didn't have that as a story, but yeah, I don't know if one of you guys did, but yeah,
No,
so
not really. I mean, there was nothing really to talk about. At the end of the Sonic thing that they showed, they show a brief little teaser of a new game, and it was just like super brief. It was just Sonic going fast,
yeah,
like
so
it was just a thing. But yeah, they're making a brand new Sonic game as well, so that's cool. Um, yeah, this is interesting. I really like that it's not full price. That's great.
Mhm.
I strongly believe that unless you're, excuse me, completely remaking the game from the ground up, it shouldn't be full price. Cough, cough. Zelda Skyward Sword HD should not be full price. Cough, cough, because it's the same thing. Cough, cough.
God bless
Anyways,
Nintendo, but they're making some big mistakes this year.
oh no, well, I mean, are they? They're gonna make money hand over fist. They know, but
Big
it's just
mistakes in
annoying
my eyes,
as
anyway.
like it's just annoying. So it's like, man, they could charge full price for that, and really, like, it's a slightly up-resed port of that game, and you can play it on controller now. You don't need the Wiimotes, but that's really all that happened. But yeah, enough about that. Glad that it's not full price. Cool to see that coming. I think I might try it out. We'll see. I always liked the 3D Sonic games, to be honest. I know a lot of people don't like them, but I always thought they were a good time. Um, moving on to actually, might as well, that actually transitions really well into Nintendo. So, the new Nintendo Switch Pro, we've been talking about for a long time. 4K, bigger screen, more powerful, all that stuff is reportedly set to be revealed before E3. People were thinking it was going to happen this week. Obviously, that didn't happen. So now it might happen next week. We'll find out. But this is coming from people who are on the inside and they know what they're talking about. It seems like it's kind of the buzz right now. Now, Nintendo's a bit of a wild card. They kind of do whatever they want. But so this could change in a flip of a switch. But yeah, we could get the new Nintendo Switch Pro revealed before E3, or at least at E3 or around E3. And the rumor is it's going to release as soon as September, which is crazy. So they might announce this thing and then just drop it. And the exciting thing about that, for me personally, is that I think when this thing drops, they probably drop Breath of the Wild 2 with it, which is you know very, very exciting for somebody who thinks Breath of the Wild is the best Zelda game. So, um, yeah, really, really big news there. This kind of all sparked up this week, so um, definitely exciting. I guess we also had some Pokemon news this week. Nothing crazy. We got a release date for um, oh, I forget the names of them. The Diamond and Pearl remix coming to the Switch. Of course, they're full price as well. But those are ground up remakes, so I'll give Nintendo that. But still, um, sorry, car just drove by and it was pretty loud. We also got a release. Those are happening. I think it's November 17th, around there. I think that's the release date. And then the new Pokemon game that was announced, which was Pokemon Legends Arceus, which was the kind of the open world Breath of the Wild ish esque Pokemon game that everyone was like, "Whoa,
Ooh.
what the hell is this?" when they revealed it back in February. That's coming out in January 2022. So it's going to be a really short turnaround time from the Diamond and Pearl remakes to this brand new style of Pokemon game. So pretty excited for that as well. So lots of Nintendo news. Again, this is the pre E3 week, man. Like it's crazy. It's we're not even the week before E3, and it feels like we're in E3 right now. It's nuts. So lots and lots of news on that front. Um, Harley, let's talk about Elite Dangerous. New expansion came out, and it looks like it's getting some negative backlash.
Yeah. So it was Elite Dangerous Odyssey. It released on PC. Console it'll be in August. But yeah, so reading it, um I also checked Steam. It's rated or reviewed as mostly negative. Um Apparently they were doing a lot of UI changes. So that was one of the things. Apparently the UI was misscaled or misaligned. Um this is when it dropped, by the way. There was a lot of bugs where like the game would crash. There was a lot of audio bugs. Um,
Hmm.
yeah, they say the interface is more like complicated now, where there's more button presses to do like simpler things. Um, People were citing like ranges of issues for like people who have minimum and recommended hardware. So they were saying how like if you have a mid-tier PC or a low-tier PC, like you're gonna have some trouble. Even top of the line, people are saying that they can be fine, but if you're playing with, say, like a friend with a mid-tier PC, like if you're doing multiplayer, they're gonna have problems. And it just seemed like it was a kind of a mess. Um, some people were calling it like undercooked,
Mhm.
like Uh, I don't know. It's I know some of friends are really excited for this, so hopefully when it comes to console, a lot of these fixes or a lot of these things are fixed. Um, Apparently, I think a day ago they released like a beefy patch, and I was reading the an article. They're saying how there are about like 30 fixes for audio alone in the
Oh wow.
patch.
Oof.
There's 3 fixes for crashing and stability. Um, they were saying there's like, and that's not even like the majority of the fixes. Majority of the fixes are for the HUD and broken UI. So it sounds like it had like a rough time, which is kind of sad to see.
That's too bad.
hmm But well, if they're hopefully these patches keep coming and they fix it. And then for us who have it on console, by the time it comes out in autumn, a lot of these problems will be fixed. Oh, and another thing another thing they're um, negative about was that the content wasn't all there either. Like it was very little content. They said they were saying it was cool that they added the first person on foot mode to the sandbox, but they were saying that it still got very little going on. There's not a lot of models. It gets really repetitive, and apparently some of the like bases where you have to like clear out just seem like copy and pasted.
Mm.
So yeah, hopefully they keep patching it like I said, and then it just gets better and better. Hopefully. Sucks to see. But I know it's a game that I know a few of us, others from outside the podcast really enjoy, so kind of sucks to see.
At least you guys rather play on Xbox. So I mean, there's a
Yeah.
benefit there in that you guys will get the
Hmm.
patch when it's probably in a
Yeah,
better spot.
we'll probably, yeah. I mean, that's months and months down the line. So by the time it should be good.
Yeah. Disappointing to hear about that though. Always
Yeah.
sucks when something comes out like that and it's just like, oh, this is not ready.
Mm.
You know. So um, talking about things coming out. Oh man, I'm so bad at these transitions today. It looks like Uncharted 4 is gonna come to PC based on an investor report from PlayStation that they're talking about success of the PS5 and success of PlayStation games coming to PC and all that stuff. And one of the pictures in the graphics where they showed Horizon and Days Gone and the like coming to PC, and they showed how well it was doing. They also had a picture of an Uncharted 4 in that same graphic. So that leads everyone to believe, oh shit, okay, well it looks like Uncharted 4 is coming to PC at some point.
Hmm.
Now we don't know when, hasn't been announced yet, but if it's in an investor report, it's probably at least being looked at somewhat seriously. So, or being worked on as we speak. So again, more PlayStation franchises coming to PC. Now, what's interesting with that is that if it's just Uncharted 4 and not 1 to 3, I feel like we're missing a lot of what's going on there.
Yeah.
But you know, interesting to see nonetheless that
Yeah.
PlayStation is continuing to go down that route, and clearly from their report, like it's making them a lot of money putting games on PC. Which, spoiler alert, the more places you put out your games, the more money you make. So of course that makes sense. So yeah, good to see it. Hopefully we continue to see them continue to put out games. Hopefully it doesn't take them like 5 years to do it like it has been, but it seems like it's probably going to get shorter and shorter based on this, I imagine, just based on how much money they're making. So, good to see. And speaking of PlayStation, this is my last news story on PlayStation. Um, Borderlands 3 announced full crossplay, except for PlayStation.
Oh.
Yeah. Which, and basically the reason was they didn't want people to, again, microtransactions. They didn't want people paying for microtransactions on other platforms and then using them on PlayStation.
Hmm.
They want that revenue. So really disappointing to see. And again, we saw this before. I forget what news story this was. This was during the Apple versus Epic lawsuit, which by the way, that closed and we're waiting on a decision of what's happening.
Ooh.
But you know, that was in, you know, some of the documents that were leaked on how much Sony paid, or how much Epic paid Sony to make Fortnite crossplay, how much they had to pay them. And this is just another example of them kind of being a closed door, closed ecosystem. We don't want anyone else here. And if they are going to be here, you got to make it worthwhile kind of thing. So really sucks to see this. Borderlands 3 and Borderlands in general is one of those games where it absolutely thrives in co-op. That's how it's meant to be played.
Yeah.
And the fact that they're walling people off from it is sucks. Just sucks. So hopefully that changes soon. And yeah, that game fully unlocks. But as I understand right now, and I could be wrong, so let me know in chat if I'm. But as I understand, it is crossplay on everything else. So you can play PC with Xbox with Epic Games Launcher. I don't think it's on the Switch. Maybe it is on the Switch. It might be on the Switch. But it's crossplay with everything except for PlayStation at the moment. So that's what's going on there. Sucks to see. Jim, we got a little story here about a Monster Hunter Rise gift.
Yep. So, Monster Hunter Rise was the Switch only Monster Hunter that came out.
Yep.
I think it was early this year. I don't think it was late last year. But anyway, so Monster Hunter has now shipped over 7 million copies. So, Capcom decided to give players a free in-game gift. So what you get with this Kimura pack, it's a big hit celebration. You get 30 mega potions, 20 well done steaks, 10 large barrel bombs, and then 5 mega demon drug and 5 mega armor skin. So just something like a little nice bonus for people who ended up buying Monster Hunter Rise on the Switch, and it does look pretty nice. I think it looks like a fun game. That'd be a game I wouldn't mind like playing again, but I don't know. Now we just got like so much other stuff on the go, and like we're playing different games now and all that. But yeah, so Very nice of Capcom.
Very good. Last news stories before we get into E3 stuff. Bloodstained possible sequel.
Yep. So, Bloodstained Ritual of the Night was the Castlevania-like game that came out. How long ago was that? Now, like a few years ago, maybe. It's a very good game. It's very fun. Graphics look nice. It's not like Mighty Number 9, where it was like the Mega Man revival or Mega Man spiritual revival from the guy who made Mega Man, and it was like a disaster. From what I understand and from what I remember, Bloodstained was from, I think it was the Castlevania creator, and it was pretty successful. So in a financial report from publisher 505, there was new information on a lot of its games, and there was a slide devoted to Bloodstained, and it references a second version in development. Now, whether it's a sequel or just like a next-gen upgrade. But in the next slide, apparently they showed Ghost Runner, which was another game. I haven't played it, but it looks pretty cool. And that one is getting a sequel. So that is also referred to as a second version in this report. So people seem to think that this means that Bloodstained's second version in development means a sequel. So yeah, very nice. And actually, before we get to the E3 stuff, I'm going to...
Yes, of course.
I have concrete stuff this time, actually, for... Well, one's more concrete than the other. But let's get right into CyberWatch.
Wake up, samurai. It's time for this week's CyberWatch.
So CyberWatch this week, there's one really big story, which I'll save for the end. But... CD Projekt Red, and the first story of two here, seems to think that Sony is getting close to being able to reinstate Cyberpunk on the Sony Digital Store for PlayStation. It was part of their shareholder meeting on Tuesday, and Kaczynski, who is Adam Kaczynski, he is the joint CEO of CD Projekt Red. He said in a statement when somebody was asking about the PS4 version of the game and how soon it can return to the digital storefront. They said, quote, "Unfortunately, I have no new information in this regard. We're still in discussions, and with every patch, the game gets better and there is a visible progress. But as we said, the decision is an exclusive decision of Sony. We're waiting for the information about the fact that they took the decision to bring back this game. Till then, I'm not able to tell you anything more." So, not a whole lot to say there, really. They're not, I guess, I don't know how much closer they would be for the game to come back out digitally on PlayStation 4, but they seem to be confident that the more work they've been doing on it, the better it's been getting. So, I mean, good for them in that regard. But the other big piece of news is Cyberpunk got a new director to lead development on the expansions coming out for it. So, where is this gentleman's name? CD Projekt Red has found a new game director in Gabriel I'm so bad with names. Gabriel Amatangelo. So the Adam Badowski has moved into a new, different leadership position. So Adam Badowski was the original game director, I guess, and he has since moved on to... They didn't exactly clarify what it was, but he is doing a different task. But now... Gabriel is the new director. So he joined CD Projekt Red in January 2020 as the developer's creative director, and this is all according to his LinkedIn. Before this, he served as a creative director at other high-profile studios like EA, BioWare, and the now defunct QC Games. So, whether or not this shifts Cyberpunk into a more successful direction with its, I guess, development in general, but it'll be interesting to see what the progress of the game looks like from here on forward with a new creative director. With that, you have anything to say, guys, or no?
Oh, just excited for Cyberpunk to keep getting better. Can't wait to play the next gen patch.
Harley, I can't wait for you to maybe play it one day. Maybe.
I'm confident it's going to come out on Game Pass, man. I am 100% confident. Now, whenever that is, I don't know, but
yeah,
Witcher was on Game Pass, so.
Mm-hmm. And apparently the DLC that they're working on is reportedly very Witcher 3-like. So The one that was well received, I remember it was Blood and Wine, I think it was called. So if Cyberpunk gets expansions like The Witcher 3 had, it might really help the game. So anyway, we'll play the clip to conclude.
That concludes this week's CyberWatch. Move along, civilian.
Yep.
All right, boys. Let's talk about the big news piece this week, or I guess the big one we decided to talk about, and that was the Xbox and Bethesda E3 showcase announcement. We knew it was happening. We didn't know exactly what it looked like, when it was going to happen, and how Xbox and Bethesda were going to work together. But now it's official. Xbox and Bethesda are having a joint E3 showcase. Obviously, Bethesda is now under Xbox, so this makes sense. It is June 13th, which is a Sunday, and it is at 1 p.m. Eastern. So sounds like it's going to be a show that we can all catch, which I am very, very excited for. And the show is going to run for 90 minutes, which is about on par with what it's always been. So it's not like they're making it a longer show because Bethesda's there. They're probably just tightening it up a little bit and getting rid of some of the, I don't want to call it filler because that sounds really bad, but getting rid of some of, maybe gameplay demos aren't as long. Maybe there aren't as many, not as much time dedicated to transitions or interviews or anything like that, and maybe it's just more trailer kind of thing.
Mhm.
So
World premiere.
world premiere, yeah, exactly. I like that guy. World premiere exclusive.
World premiere.
That guy's fun. But yeah, I wanted to talk to you guys about what you think is going to happen, what maybe you want to happen at the show, and I guess I'll start a little bit here because I have a bit of a roadmap of what I think might happen here. So, and I mentioned this before. I think that they're probably going to start the conference with Halo Infinite, because if you leave it till the end, all people are going to be wondering is when they're going to show Halo Infinite. So I think you show Halo Infinite, and you start with the campaign demo. You don't do the same demo. I would be disappointed if they did the same demo, but just with the new graphics. I think while that would be an interesting comparison, I think it'd be better to show a new slice of the game. So hopefully we'll get a new campaign demo. Maybe it's a couple minutes long, and we see some more stuff. And then after that, we get a multiplayer showcase. And
or maybe,
sorry, go ahead.
Sorry to cut you off, but
No.
they start with a campaign.
Yeah.
And then they end the conference with multiplayer. And then like
Ooh.
the ending line is like flighting starts at ...
That could be interesting. Yeah.
That could be something.
Yeah, they could end the show with the multiplayer comp. Yeah, that would be interesting. They usually like to save the end of the show for like a surprise announcement, but that would still be a great way to end the show.
Oh, Starfield.
Could be Starfield. Yeah, well, we'll get into Starfield for sure.
I take back what I said.
No. I think it's realistic, man. I think it's realistic what you said. Yeah, but I think a multiplayer showcase is pretty likely based on that image that we discussed earlier. Maybe they reveal the big new mode, whether that's the Battle Royale or the Big Team Battle 2.0. Maybe that's the showcase that they show. And important to note, boys, in the graphic, there's actually 2 Pelicans as well. And the rumored big new mode for Infinite apparently involves something called Pelican drops, whatever that means. So is that you dropping out of a Pelican into a Battle Royale map? Is that, you flying into the battlefield in like a new Big Team Battle kind of mode in a Pelican? How does that look? And if you remember in Halo 5 Warzone, the PvP VE mode, you all flew in with a Pelican to start the game and flew out with a Pelican as well. So maybe that's kind of an evolution of what Warzone was. But yeah, Pelicans are on the image there. So interesting that they decided to show Pelicans in the teaser image for the conference. I think Halo Infinite's gonna have a pretty lengthy amount of time because that's their big game this year. I think maybe even 20 whole minutes for it. Like, could be a lot between campaign and multiplayer. And yeah, I think you're right, Harley. I think they announced flighting either at the end of the demo or end of the multiplayer showcase, or at the end of the show. They say, and multiplayer fighting for Infinite starts, next week, starts in July, whatever. Yeah. So I think we're set to see a ton more Halo Infinite. This is going to be the big re-reveal. I would be very, very surprised if we didn't see multiplayer at this point based on what we see in the image, and I would be even further surprised if they didn't talk about what kind of flighting is going to look like. So even if it's just like a month, flighting starts in August, flighting starts in July. That's fine, but just something. And it would be even crazier if they said again, flighting starts tomorrow or some shit. That'd be like, oh
Oh,
my god. But
that was
I
like
don't.
last E3, wasn't it? It was like what was it? It was something about Game Pass, right?
Yeah.
Game
So
Pass
Ultimate,
PC or
wasn't it?
something.
yeah, they said at the start of the show they said every single game that you're about to see is going to come to Game
Yes,
Pass.
yeah.
And I think they might do the same thing here, to be honest. They might start it with everything you're about to see is coming to Game Pass, or maybe they'll do that at a certain part in the show, right? Or they'll be like, and everything else that you're about to see is day one on Game Pass or something.
Yeah, I remember
Um,
it was like, and you can play this now.
yeah,
It's like is now live or something like
yeah,
that.
they could do something like that, man. There has been shadow drops like that, so um, I think based on what we saw last year on a couple of different games, we could see State of Decay 3, maybe a little update on that, what that
Ooh.
looks like. I would love to see what Fable looks like, but that might be too early. I don't know if we're going to see more Fable. That's kind of a wishful thinking moment. We're probably going to see something Sea of Thieves related, probably a new season of content or something. Um, I think Psychonauts 2 is a lock. I think we're going to see that. That game apparently you can pre-download on the store now. I think we're going to see a gameplay demo for Psychonauts 2, and they're going to say, and it's coming out next month or something like that. So that's cool. I think there's potential. I think this is the crazy part. I think there's potential that Battlefield 6 gets revealed
Ooh,
during the Xbox show
that'd
because
be cool.
Xbox has the relationship with EA Play built into Game Pass. And there's been rumors about Battlefield 6 just dropping game day one with Game Pass and I guess EA Play, right? So
Yep.
that could be really interesting. And lastly, I mean, aside from just like big surprises that I have no idea what they're going to show, I think the other rumor for the big game this year is a new Forza Horizon game. So I think we see that, and apparently it's set in Mexico. So I think we'll see some of that. And interestingly enough, again, looking at the image, it's a wheel. It's a
Oh,
circle. And if you look at part of the circle on the kind of top-ish left side, on the west side of it, there is, it looks like 2002, 2003, 2004, like it's the years going around. But it also to me looks a lot like a tire. So I think that's a tease for what's going on with Forza Horizon. And then we get into the Bethesda side of things. And I think Starfield's a lock. And actually, interestingly enough, if you guys look at the bottom left part of this image, where it shows kind of the planet, um, the lake patterns in the bottom left corner of the image match exactly with the Starfield world that they showed in the teaser. So
I like that.
yeah, so
I'd
that's
like to see
I
that.
think Starfield is a lock because they literally
Mm.
copied the planet that was shown in Starfield. So
Supperfish is asking Elder Scrolls.
I wish, man. I don't think we see anything
I
Elder Scrolls until
I
Starfield
think
comes out.
if we do see something Elder Scrolls, it'll be Elder Scrolls Online.
Yeah, you're
It
right.
might be a new expansion or something.
Yeah, I think that's much safer. Like
Yeah.
the same team working on Starfield is the team that makes Fallout and Elder Scrolls. So
Yeah.
I think Starfield needs to come out first before we see more Elder Scrolls. But we do know it's being made. They did announce it a while ago. So and I think the only other maybe, somewhat of a sure thing or more likely thing coming from Bethesda is Wolfenstein 3. I think that is due. Wolfenstein 2 came out a couple years ago. That team's been quiet. They got to be working on Wolfenstein 3. A lot of other Bethesda studios either recently put out a game or they're working on, for example, Deathloop or Ghostwire Tokyo, which are timed PlayStation exclusives. So they're probably not going to talk about that too much. But yeah, I mean, other than that, big surprises. Hopefully, there's lots of surprises. I just want it to be an exciting show, trailer after trailer after trailer, and more importantly, just give me a big juicy Halo Infinite demo, and I'm happy. I'm a happy guy. Harley, let's start with you, man. Is there anything specific you're looking for in this? Is there anything you think might happen? Well, what do you think, man?
Other than what I've said, I'm more I'm mostly excited for. I don't know. I just love seeing all those trailers for games. Kind of gets the hype up. Like I said, yeah, the multiplayer demo, Starfield. even though I don't really play Elder Scrolls Online, I do really enjoy the cinematics. So I'd even be happy to see one of those.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, Elder Scrolls, maybe just I know probably not, but maybe a little teaser thing like they did with Fable. That'd be cool too. Who knows?
Yeah, it's tricky with Fable, and I think even tricky with like, do you remember Avowed, which was showed last year, which was that really fucking
Oh,
cool Obsidian RPG?
yeah.
Yeah, like I think a lot of these games that they showed last year are so early
Hmm.
that it's just hard to show. Like, why would you show something that's going to come out in like 4 years or
Yeah.
3 years, right?
The one thing that just popped in my mind, Dragon Age. I'd
Yeah,
love to see something
yeah, yeah.
Dragon Age. Because I think it was last E3 we got the teaser. Maybe we get like a full on trailer. Who knows?
Hmm.
Supperfish says anything more than the JPEG they showed before.
Yeah, it was literally a JPEG.
Oh, he's talking
So
about the Elder Scrolls 6 like little reveal
yeah,
teaser or
Yeah,
whatever.
it was
Yeah.
literally a JPEG of the image
yeah,
of the logo.
something
Sorry.
something a little bit more.
Yeah. I have a hard time seeing him talk about it just because
Yeah,
Starfield is their game. But
it's just like wishing on a star kind of thing.
yeah, yeah, for
Who
sure. And I
knows?
think that's what's fun to do this right before E3 is just wishful thinking. What do you think could happen?
Yeah.
Right. So, Jim, what do you think, man?
And I know you said that there's some games that they showed last year that you'd be surprised if they showed anything this year. But one game, before I get to like the big ones I want to see, the one game I would hope to see more of is Perfect Dark. I know we only had the one trailer for it so far, but I'd like to see or even just hear info, even if they just mention it, like we're very far into development. We'll see a trailer before the end of the year, something like that. Like I would just like to see something new from that, even though it's probably super early still to even really show anything concrete. Just because
Yeah, from what I understand, it's early. It's still a couple years out.
and since we had that leaked that ROM dump, I guess you could say, of the GoldenEye remake on 360 that that came out and I ended up playing, it just kind of got me excited for the future of it's not really like a rare developed thing anymore, I guess, but like a rare property or a game like that. And speaking of rare, Elder Wind, the game that they were making that they announced, I think it was last year, or the year before. What's it called again, Tony? You know better than I do.
Elden Ring.
Yeah, I'd be cool to see more of
The
that.
From Software game.
Yeah, so like just because we don't know much about it still, it'd be cool to see more of that. The big one, obviously, I could talk about the Halo Infinites forever. I think it'd be cool. Again, like you said, start with Halo Infinite, give us a big chunky demo, but then save the multiplayer for either the end or a little bit in, because if you blow the whole 45-minute, or half an hour chunk on just Halo, I think it'd be cool to space it out a little bit. It keeps me watching and keeps other people watching too. Now, they probably won't do that. They'll probably just show everything at once, which makes more logical sense, but yeah, it'd be cool to just get a lot more. Like let's have like its moment to shine. Like it really it doesn't, not that it necessarily needs it because there's still a lot of hype behind it, but just based on the what we had last time with the demo we had, I think this is like this can't go wrong. This has to be perfect essentially, this reveal. But honest to God, I think the thing I'm most excited about with Xbox and Bethesda is Starfield. Like, I'm all for, like, I love sci-fi, obviously. And just the fact that it's a Bethesda property and I love Bethesda's games. I just want to see a new sci-fi IP from them that is awesome. And I not that I can say it's awesome because, we don't know anything about it yet. In a couple weeks, hopefully we do. But I just have a lot of faith that everything we've heard about it and just rumors about what it could be and blah blah blah. I really hope it's going to be good, and I have faith it'll be good. Now, I don't know if we'll get a concrete release date or if it'll be like 2022 or like fall 2021 or whatever, but just wishful thinking it'll come out this year. But yeah, I think that's the one I'm most excited about, Starfield, to be honest. I don't know about like I don't know if we'll get anything Gears of War related, if it's just like, multiplayer content updates or whatever. And I don't know if we'll get anything. What's another big thing that was going to be coming out, I guess? Like I hope we get like a surprise. Like like seeing Perfect Dark was a surprise last time. I would love a new Deus Ex game, but that's Square Enix and Eidos Interactive and stuff. So I don't know if that would be the conference to do it at, but that'd be pretty cool too. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I
I'm
mean
just
that's
I'm
that's the
excited.
wild card, right? Is the third party stuff. Do they even have much of it because they have so much first party stuff to talk about?
Yeah, I hope maybe we
Right.
get another again. The Indiana Jones game from Machine Games is still super early.
Yeah.
I don't see them revealing anything Star Wars related yet, but again, you don't know. Um, and Battlefield 6 would be cool. I don't know. I think like
Oh,
Starfield is just like taking up the most, and Starfield and Halo like the two big ones that I'm I'm hyped about the most. Where I don't want to say like it overshadows every other thing that's going to be revealed because it's all going to be great from some perspective. Like everyone's going to be a fan of something. So yeah,
Yeah, and I mean,
oh,
even if you look at the teaser again, looking at the graphic, right,
yeah.
the thumbnail, you look at the two things that are featured the most. It's the Starfield world in the bottom left, and it's Halo in the top right. Right, that's
yeah,
basically all that's shown, aside from maybe that tire thing I picked up on the left side. But otherwise, those are the only two things shown. So to me, it's like, okay, I think you hit the nail on the head, man. Like those are their two games. Those are the two big hitters that are coming out in the near future. Right now, whether Starfield is this year or next year, I don't know. But obviously, the first new game from Bethesda Game Studios since Elder Scrolls, first new franchise is a massive deal, massive deal. And Halo Infinite, obviously, Halo's the biggest game Xbox has, and nothing can really touch Halo.
yeah.
So that's kind of obviously they're going to spend a lot of time on those two games, I think. But yeah, you're right. I think a little surprises here and there are what really make the show really good. Maybe Forza Horizon coming out this year, Psychonauts 2 shadow dropping. Maybe we get something cool Battlefield 6. Maybe awesomely we get some Fable stuff, but I think that's still too early. State of Decay 3 we might get something. Gears of War is interesting because we already know that the Coalition is transitioning to Unreal 5. So we know that they're not going to announce anything new for a long time. All they might announce is new content for Gears 5. So I don't know if we'll see anything Gears of War. But Xbox has so many studios, man. We know Rare's making something other than Sea of Thieves. They're making that Everwild game. You
Yeah.
guys remember that? So maybe we'll see more Everwild because we've seen Everwild for like 3 years now or 2 years now. So it's been a while. Maybe we'll see more about that. Um, they have that team that made We Happy Few a while ago. They haven't put out something in a while. I know they've been growing. Hellblade 2, you guys remember that? That was announced alongside the console at the Game Awards
Oh,
a couple of years ago. Hellblade 2 we might see more of. Like that would be awesome.
Yeah,
Because that
man.
game looked really, really freaking cool. And Jim, you're a big fan of the first Hellblade. I still need to play through it.
It's
But
really good. It doesn't take that long, and yeah, it's really well done. I championed that game to the end of time. So yeah, the second one I can't wait for that to come out too.
yeah, and if that was announced alongside the console, maybe that's closer than we
That'd be
think.
cool, man. I dig
Actually,
that.
thinking about Ninja Theory, they actually posted something on Twitter the other day. They were showing their cloud tech, so like the clouds passing over in the game. So like, oh, okay. So maybe I don't know. Maybe that just shows, hey, they're ready to show something again. Now I don't know if Hellblade's this year, but maybe Hellblade's like a January or February game next year or something. Or maybe like a spring game. I like when games come out not in November. There's so much comes out in like November and October. Like let's spread it out, But drop a game in May, drop a game in March, put one in February.
yeah,
Like
that's an interesting time to drop a game.
That's how we
it is
lost
because nothing
Titanfall
else is coming
too,
out.
right?
Yeah.
That's Titanfall fell by the wayside, unfortunately.
Well, exactly. Things can get lost in the shuffle when everything comes out all at once, right? And I think that's what like benefits a game like Resident Evil 8, for example. Like what else came out recently? Like nothing. Resident Evil 8's the big one,
Yeah, really.
right?
I guess
Like
Mass
so.
Effect's the only other big one
Yeah,
after that.
like Mass Effect's a big one for sure too. But this was a good time to launch Mass Effect as well, right? Because you're not overshadowed by anything. You have pretty much all of the media hype around it. So I think developers are starting to get away from it needs to come out in the holiday, unless it's like your big like Halo game, for example. But
Yeah.
I think we might see some sprinkled releases here and there. And of course, the biggest prediction and the biggest hope of all is that Big Daddy Phil takes the stage. And he's
Ooh.
wearing a Banjo Kazooie T-shirt, which obviously
Oh.
signals a new Banjo game.
Don't
That
even
is
don't even get me
that's
started.
the ultimate wish list item for me. If they make a Banjo 3,
I
I would
mean,
lose my shit.
they haven't made a new ukulele game in a few years, and the second one that came out was like a 2.5D kind of
Yeah.
game. So
Maybe they signed him to make a new Banjo.
I mean, that'd be pretty cool. I wouldn't.
That'd be nuts.
I wouldn't
I'm
hate
down.
that. I mean,
Wouldn't hate that at all.
I'm a fan of nuts and bolts, like Banjo-Kazooie nuts and bolts. For those who don't know, the one that people kind of scrutinize for being too different. I'm a fan of it. It's definitely doesn't go anywhere near the first two games, but it was fun. I just go back to platforming though, really. So
yeah, man. I think it's crazy to think of all these like crazy games that Xbox has put out like in the last few years. So for one, you think of Halo Wars 2, which should not exist. Like Halo Wars 1 was popular, but it wasn't like it probably wasn't popular enough to make a sequel. But they made a sequel, and it's amazing. And it sparked the Banished, which are the big main focal point for Halo Infinite. So like that's huge. They put out Battletoads, which is like the most obscure thing. They put out a new Battletoads game. You know, I think I don't know, man. I think there's hope for Banjo because clearly there's a lot of nostalgia for Banjo and Kazooie. So I think they're waiting for the right studio to just do it justice because I think what they don't want to happen is for them to put out a new Banjo game in it for it to only be okay or for it to be bad. They want it to be like really, really good, right? They want to capture all that nostalgia. So maybe they're just taking their sweet time with it and they're just, we got to get this right. It doesn't matter. Like take all the time you need, that kind of thing. But that would be really exciting. If they announce a Banjo 3, I think that would actually steal the show. So that would be that'd be good. That's all I got for it though, boys. I mean, it's an exciting time. It's going to happen two weeks and 2 days basically. So we're pretty close to all the big news dropping, and I for one can't wait to see what's happening, and can't wait to see lots and lots of Halo Infinite.
Now, can I make a proposal?
You can always propose.
Come June. What time? Okay, what time is the thing at again? It's June 13th at
1.
Now, do we do a live show?
Oh, that'd be interesting.
I mean, we all be home. I can't predict what I'll be in 3 weeks, but I mean, or 2 weeks, but I'll most likely.
I mean, a Sunday at 1 p.m. I'll be home.
Yeah. I would love to do like a watch party or something live. That'd be cool.
That'd be interesting. We could do that live.
Yeah.
I like that one E3 when we all watched together. That was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Oh,
that was a good time.
You know what? We need a surprise release or a release date for Lego Star Wars Skywalker Saga. That's what we.
And
we'll get that.
I was just thinking about Warhammer Darktide.
Oh yeah, that game's coming out pretty soon, actually, Harley.
And it just says 2021.
I thought it was June or something, or maybe July. Maybe I got that wrong.
Oh, and then I noticed Paper Fox Tail in the chat. Please, more Dragon Age. I missed the traitorous egg.
Yeah, Dragon Age 4 it's been worked on forever at this point. I think we might see that at the EA Play event or whatever they call it. Because obviously they got to show something for Dragon Age.
Oh, that's right.
And I forget what day. That might be the day before the Xbox show. I forget. But yeah, we'll probably see Dragon Age there. Or if we don't see Dragon Age there, maybe we'll see it at Xbox. Again, EA and Xbox have that relationship going on. So
Dragon Age 4 Game Pass.
Dude. Oh my God. That'd be nuts. Also, there's that rumor that somebody's making a new KOTOR game, which is
the remake or whatever.
Not the remake, just a new one.
I thought it was a remake.
Well, I guess it might be a remake. It's like a relaunch of a KOTOR.
Yeah.
That would be pretty crazy.
I forgot to mention in CyberWatch, that dude who took over that new position worked on the Old Republic as well.
Ooh.
And that game still gets regular content updates. Oh.
Yeah.
There you go. I'm closer and closer to trying that game out, like, seriously, but there's too much to play.
You played a little bit, right?
I played like a couple hours worth.
It was too MMO.
I mean, I'm not like the biggest fan of MMOs to start with, but I mean, if it's Star Wars, I'll give it a fair shake, like for like no good reason really. But yeah,
I'd play it. I'd definitely play it. But yeah, I'd be so down for like watching the E3 again together. That was so much fun.
Yeah, it was just getting hyped with all the announcements.
Yeah, getting hyped together. Our reaction.
Phil Spencer taking the stage, and we're just like, "Oh, Phil!" Oh, love it. All right, I think that's all we got for the showcase. Any other final thoughts, boys? Or we good?
Oh, I think I said my bit.
I just want Starfield, man, and that's like the more I wasn't like super hyped for it before, but like now that we're getting closer, and now that like all signs are pointing to go for that game, I just love me some new sci-fi. So
Yeah, hopefully it's good, right?
Yeah.
If it's just Skyrim in space, we'll see, or if it's something different, who knows? But it's a game that we haven't seen. And Todd Howard said in that quote when Major Nelson, Larry Herb asked him what's going on with Starfield, he said, he said he thinks it's getting a lot of hype for a game nobody's seen. And I think that's the perfect response because nobody's seen it yet. So I think we just got to see it, and then we can start getting hyped. But I think it's reasonable to get hyped before, just because again, the studio and the team. So
yeah,
and
especially since
with
Star
that,
Citizen's never going to
go
come out, so we need a game that's going to be,
Oh my
sci-fi
God.
and like large scale.
that
So,
game, oh my God,
millions of dollars, and we got nothing so far. But
Well,
whatever.
there's something. I think there's something there.
Essentially, fuck all though. But yeah.
Yeah. All right. That's it. Let's talk about what we're looking forward to playing. I'm looking forward to playing Genshin. Looking forward to playing whatever we're going to play tonight and this weekend, and looking forward to getting back to Resident Evil 7 because I haven't played that in a little bit now, just because I haven't been able to stream. It's been crazy. So hopefully next week's a bit more of a return to normal for me that way. Harley, what about you, man?
Yeah, man. More Genshin.
Yeah.
Whatever we're playing tonight. Um, yeah, I too. I've played a little bit of Resident Evil 7. I wouldn't mind picking that up again. I
I
also
think I'm
want to.
like
Oh,
more than halfway through, and I've played like 6 hours, so it's not
yeah.
a super long game.
Also, I want to try those. I saw 2 new games on Game Pass that kind of caught my eye. We were talking it before the podcast. What's it called? The shark one,
A
Man
Maneater.
Maneater, and
Yeah.
I think Mech Warrior 5
Oh
Oh,
yeah, the
came on
Gundam
Game
game.
Pass. Yeah, I want to.
Oh
I want to try those.
yeah. Yeah, hopefully it's good. If it's a good Gundam game, I'm sure Kevin will want it. So
Ooh, ooh.
all the time Gundams. Jim, what about you?
I got a few. So if you've been watching the live stream, the gameplay is the 2008 Prince of Persia, which I've been
Yeah.
teasing to you about all week, Tony. I had a lot of fun playing it actually. It's a game I always wanted to own. Just never had the chance to, and all the Prince of Persia games are $2 a pop on GOG. So if you want to own the whole Prince of Persia franchise for $8, it's all yours. So that's pretty sweet. And like the game's fun. I can see why people weren't a fan of it, but I mean, I was having a lot of fun playing it. Kind of akin to what Harley was saying. I want to try another game that came to Game Pass, Knockout City. I know it's like it's like the dodgeball kind of game or whatever that EA made. I think it's EA anyway. So I have that downloaded. I'm probably gonna try that maybe tomorrow morning if I remember. But the big one is Mass Effect. I have not played that game for most of this week because I was trying to pump out Fortnite, and again, real life stuff going on, so just haven't had the chance to sit down for a couple hours and play some Mass Effect. So yeah.
Sometimes life gets in the way, man. It is what it is, but yeah, things hopefully things over the next few weeks here will calm down a little bit, and then we can get back to gaming and E3 and stuff. So all good things on the horizon. Exciting to have more games to play. All right. And with that, Harley, I think it's time that you give your patented outro.
Time to send it.
Yeah, full send.
Full. Oh no, not full send.
Never full send.
Yeah.
Well, that's the end. If you liked it, give us a like. If you enjoy watching and would like to keep up with us, subscribe. Hit that bell so you get notified. We stream every Friday, around 8:30. Our socials for Facebook and Twitter will be in the description. And if you'd like to find Tony specifically, where can they find you?
Yeah, you guys can find me on Twitter at figure09tv and on Twitch, twitch.tv/figure09.
And if they'd like to find you, Jim?
If on Xbox, I'm Power Grudge. On GOG, I'm Power Grudge. On Steam, I'm Dedicated
everything.
Wham.
Dedicated.
I think on the Epic Games launcher, I'm Power Grudge as well. There's one thing I'm like, I'm not that, but yeah. I just search Power Grudge, you'll find me.
Dedicated wham.
Dedicated
Dedicated
wham.
wham.
Server.
Oh man.
Uh,
Cool. All right, everyone. Thanks for listening in this week. Appreciate it. Hope